WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting normally rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something more or less mainstream, Dewars 8. This is true Scotch, aged 8 years, Caribbean smooth, blended Scotch whiskey from John Dewar and Sons Limited from Perthshire, Scotland, rum cask finish. Now, to be very honest, this came with a so-called portioner that didn't work. I had to take it out because nothing would actually come out of the bottle, which was a little bit of a shame. The screw cap doesn't bother me. This is a 23 euro bottle, so about 25 bucks. And it has an age statement. It is rum cask matured. It's part of a series of the smooth. We have illegal smooth with mezcal. I have to buy that. We have a Portuguese smooth, which is port. Have to buy that as well. And this was basically for maybe about 6 months finished in rum casks. So they used the phrase double aged, first of all, for Dewars. So what happens? You take different casks that are all at least 8 years old, and there could be grain whiskey and there could be malt whiskey. Grain whiskey is made in a somewhat newer industrial method using a coffee or a continuous still, which used at almost all chemical plants at the moment. Or you take single malt, which is basically made in an old copper pot still. And each time you have to fill it, and each time you have to take it out, and it's a little bit of an older method, more of a traditional method. So in the pot still, you put into that 100% malted barley, and into the continuous, the coffee still, you can put any type of grain you want. Corn, wheat, malt, rye, whatever's cheapest. And usually in Scotland, it's going to be either wheat or corn. And you can distill it at a very high rate, at a very quick process, and it's much cheaper. So I love the fact that we have an 8 on here. I like the Whiskybase that had the 5 on there. I like the 8 on this. This is Whiskybase number 164875. And there are 40 different types of malt or grains, up to 40 involved in this. So you take those 40 different things up to, you blend them, you vat them all together so they can harmonize, they can marry a little bit, and then you put them into the rum casks for up to 6 months. I'm not sure, but I assume that all of this was put into rum casks, which would make me feel better. So Dewars belongs to Bacardi. Bacardi has rum. Ta-da! So what am I going to compare it to? I'm going to compare it to another rum cask bottling, which is fairly common. This is the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve. They own, for example, Havana Club. I don't know if that's the cask they're using for it, but that's it. So this was 39 euros and 90 cents. This is 23 euros and 90 cents. So I can almost get 2 of these for 1 of these. Both of these are 40%. Both of these have no information about chill filtration or about coloring added, but this has an age statement, which I like. Now this is a blend, which means there's grain and there's single malt. Here we have only single malt from one distillery. For many people, that would be an argument to pay more for this whiskey. I'm not sure about that much more that they're asking for this. All right, in the nose. Oh, this is nice. You get a nice rum brown sugar moment with a very light, a very bright type of citrus moment at the end. Not bad, not bad. That citrus moment at the end is the feeling, or the what I typically interpret as grain whiskey. I'm not against blends at all. I just need a good blend to convince me that it's worth spending the money on it. All right. All right, interesting. Now this has a more of a woody moment. It has the feeling of a little bit more of a volume in here, but the rum was stronger with this one. According to my research, only a portion of this whiskey had been actually matured or finished in rum casks. This could and should have been entirely for up to 6 months. So 23 euros, I've mentioned that many times because I think that price is right, and this is 39 euros. Let's try it. Cheers. Wow, it actually gets better. I have a problem with a lot of whiskeys that it's like, okay, and the nose nice and the palate nice and the finish goes like this, goes down. This actually goes up. That finish of that rum really makes this, the brightness of the grain turn into a flavorful moment experience. Well done, Dewars. Wow. I love it when I get surprised. Usually I can almost expect or almost know what to expect, but every once in a while I get very disappointed, I get angry and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I'm totally surprised, and this surprised me. I did not have any real expectations for a 23-year-old whiskey, especially a blended 23-year-old whiskey. But this is fairly darn good. This is going to be a C+, and now wait for it. Value for money, B minus. I don't even remember the last time I gave a B for a value for money. Now, the secret to for getting a B or even an A one day is to make a very nice product that I like at a price point that is more than acceptable. 23 euros is more than acceptable. For the value for money, don't tell anyone, but this could actually be a 29-euro whiskey, and I'd pay for it, especially in comparison to its cousin, big brother, or competitor over here for 39 euros. It would still be a bargain, and I'd still actually enjoy it better. All right, so let's go for the Glenlivet, the Caribbean Reserve. Rum Cask Selection, Sweet and Tropical. Here we just have the Caribbean Smooth, which it is actually. Very well done. So this does this, and this does this. There's more of a viscosity here. The pot still leaves more of an oil, leaves more of a viscosity, or leaves more texture to the whiskey. The grain whiskey is over 90% distilled, strips away all those nice little other elements that give that mouthfeel and give that aroma. But in this case, it doesn't really bother me because the malt as well as the rum finish just add on layers that just make this a very, very nice whiskey. This, on the other hand, it gets a little dry and a little minerally, a little astringent. I need to get my syllable stressed right here. And the price just kind of puts me off. 40 euros. I can get some good single malt for 40 euros with an age statement and so on. This is not doing it for me. This, on the other hand, is, and it's surprisingly good. If it was not, this really bugged me at the beginning. It was like, okay, it's screw cap, no cork, no problem. You pour it, it's like nothing's coming out. And I don't think this was actually made to actually, it just didn't work right. It somehow clogged or didn't work, and oh well. I guess other people would have liked it. Maybe I'm the user that had the problem and not the device itself, but I pulled it out. Now I can just pour as I want. Surprisingly good. So my question of the day is, what other Dewars have you had that are surprisingly good? Have you had the illegal or the Portuguese or even the Caribbean here? There are many, many other things out there that I'm going to have to try and take a look at. No wonder Dewars is one of the top selling blended malts in America. And very, very good. And the price is impossible, if not not possible to beat. All right, so what about age statements, single digit age statements, yes or no? What about another rum finish at the good price that you can recommend? And what about other Dewars products I have to try that I can also get over here in Europe and not just in the USA or Australia or wherever you're watching this? Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell others, and share this video if you'd be so kind. I really liked it. Thank you. Bye-bye.